Alright, it's What's Good with Telepvthy. I'm recording on the 13th of January 2020. And it's your host, Telepvthy. What's good, innit? Like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the bell. Let's get this started. I haven't really seen a lot of new artists doing their thing this week because I haven't been in the internet for a minute. And my data still hasn't refreshed, so I decided to do an episode on why clashing is part of the grime culture. So, why is clashing a big part of the grime culture? Apart from its bashment influences, well, I've always said grime is a Highlander sport, which means when MCs meet more time with the content of their lyrics and the mix of egos, it's easy to become a clash of personalities. MCs like Wiley, Lethal B and Dizzy Rascal have all had their fair share of battles and clashes throughout grime's long timeline. Due to people's love of controversy, it has always kept grime fans addicted to the culture and attracted more people along the way. I believe a good clash can prepare an MC's career or even destroy an MC's career in the worst instances. From So Solid, Heartless and Pay As You Go days, this kind of hype was really set. I would say in grime, these three crews set the pace for the clashing culture that grime adopted from the bashment dancehall scene. Heartless versus Pay As You Go was like gold if you had it on tape back then. And So Solid developed the darker, grimier garage sound, which evolved into grime. Then Roll Deep took the mantle. We had clashes like Dizzy versus Crazy Titch, Wiley versus Bashy. Other clashes like Flirta D versus DW were highly seeked tapes and CDs. Even the raves reflected the culture with names like Last Man Standing. You could see there's always been a war vibe behind the walls of the UK grime scene. Jammer, a producer MC from Nasty Crew, now more affiliated with Boy Better Know, capitalized on this when he made Lord of the Mics, which to this date had some of my favourite battles like Wiley versus Kano, Scratchy versus Footsie, Scorcher versus Big Nasty. There's many more, like Foodie Guy versus Rage. And the Lord of the Mics brand is still going strong and survived to this date. Chip versus Bugsy Malone to me was a big revival of the grime spirit. When Chip dropped Pepper Rhythm, I found it very refreshing, and the back and forth was exciting for me at a time when I wasn't really paying a grime no attention. Bringing us back to now, Dot Rotten sending for J1 Still Bangles, Real Beef or Not, laid the foundation for all this warring to take place. Wiley himself tweeted if Jeremy replied to Dot Rotten, he would have sent for Dot Rotten, so I think Dot Rotten needs to be recognised more in this revival of buzz for grime and helping take it global, because he got the ball rolling and set this new pace with multiple sends before he got any replies. He drew out JK and Wiley, and his war dubs are sharper than a lightsaber. This led to Wiley sending for Stormzy and calling out the industry grime MCs like Tiny Temper and AJ Tracy. The Wiley and Stormzy beef does seem like it's the pinnacle of this warring season, but I actually think there's way more to come. The new gen MCs haven't even got started yet, except for SBK, who has claimed the Prince of Grime title without any replies and dropped 2 decent war dubs for Dot Rotten, T-Rhodes and a couple of others in his generation. Even Afghan Dan of the Blackpool Grime movement got involved and sent for Wiley too. Concluding, I would say that I would like to hear some war dubs from Ten Dixon, Izzy Gibbs, Novelist, basically all the guys that have stuck to their grime craft. The time is now, the bridge is down. The game is so fertile you can really grab some views on any platform. I'm not saying go tell an MC to suck their mum, but I would say right now is the time to just get it out of your system if you don't like another MC, or if you're looking to build your name. Just remember, keep it lyrical and don't let it spill onto the streets. Grime is a genre where claiming to be the best or trying to be the best will result in other MCs trying to take your head off. Times that by the clout all artists are looking for to get well known in this Insta and Twitter generation it can become a very volatile playing field. So protect your neck, like Wu-Tang would say. Grime has always had crews, but outside crews it's always been war. It's that time to tweet your target MC and get cracking. All them MCs complaining, talking crud on the timeline need to put their views on wax and bite the bullet. Lastly, this week in music, I've heard a freestyle from Luciferian on Twitter, which I enjoyed, wearing his yellow jacket. Lady Chakra Miz dropped a song called Haze, which I enjoyed too. Cadell's World War III dub has been called the best war dub of the war season so far by a couple MCs. I listened to it and it seems like a correction on one of Stormzy's sends for Wiley. I like the song. I understand that the angle of where Cadell is coming from, but the beat for me is just too much. Like, that was my favourite part. And that's it from What's Good with Telepvthy this week. Yeah, I made a couple mistakes, but shit. Stay blessed. Boom.